We are in the month of June right now. And for those who don't know, June is Men's Mental Health Month. And it is very important for us to speak about a topic like this because as men, we have emotional needs as well. And our mental health matters. And majority of the times, what people end up doing is we end up chasing these goals and we set these really high standards and expectations for ourselves, and often when we don't meet those standards and expectations we beat ourselves down. Me personally, I relate because as someone who's pursuing photography and filmmaking, I feel like I have this need to succeed. I have this need to be the best and become a leader in my industry because not just for the fame and not just for validation, but I need to do that because I have a lot of people back home who depend on my success. So the success that I gain, it is not only going to change my life, but it is very important that the people around me live a life of happiness and less suffering. And by me succeeding in my field, I'm basically guaranteeing them a better life because I can provide as a man. But in the process of achieving our goals, in the process of pursuing greatness and whatever it is that we are trying to pursue in our lives, we tend to neglect our mental health. And our mental health is so important, and neglecting our mental health, it is very detrimental in the long term. So as men, most of the times it's easy for us to get caught up in this narrative that like our emotions do not matter, and this narrative that as men no one cares about our feelings, which is a false narrative. There are so many people out there who care about you and care about your feelings, and it is your responsibility to go out there and get help when needed. And I know it's not easy to go out there and talk to people. It's not easy to really share the dark side and share these emotional burdens with other people. And for me personally, I did not want to put that burden onto other people, and that's the reason I never went and spoke out. But going out there and speaking to other people, going out there and expressing yourself and getting help when needed, it is very important because it can be something that helps us go on our journey and achieve the things that we need to achieve. Our past, it really holds us down. It holds us back from making the growth that's needed to become a provider and to become someone who is a well-rounded human being. Because as men, right, yes, it is very hard out there, and yes, sometimes it feels like our entire life is falling apart and there's nothing that we can do about it, and all we feel is pain, all we feel is suffering. And it feels like there are days when no one can relate to what we are going through. We have so much pressure that we just hold inside and not share with the outside world because number one, we don't want to burden the outside world, and number two, who really cares about our problems, right? We could be going through loneliness, and that loneliness could be like a really crippling feeling. It could feel like we have so much sorrow in our lives that all we can do is just sit and stare in silence. But it is very important for us to know that we are strong not only by our pursuit of greatness, we are also strong by a vulnerability, if that makes any sense. We need to be more vulnerable as a society. We need to be open to sharing our emotions to people. The strongest thing that you can do as a man is ask for help. And I learned that through years of experience. And I really like held my emotions in, and I thought that success was the only thing that mattered, and that one day when I become successful and when I grow this YouTube channel and get it monetized, and when I really become a leader in my industry and achieve mastery in photography, that's when I will be happy. But then there were things and elements in my past that was holding me back from really reaching my full potential. And for the longest time, I thought like, why go out there and why talk about feelings? Why ask people for help when needed? But it is very important, and it can be the factor that helps you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Holding those emotions down, like trying to like suppress the past and neglecting your mental health and pushing away your emotions, it is really unhealthy for you in the long run. And in Men's Mental Health Month, which is June, I just felt that I should come here and tell you that your emotions matter. As a man, there are people out there who care for us, And in our pursuit of our goals, we should not neglect our health, and we should not neglect our mental health, which is very important. So there are a lot of resources out there that can help you. You can always go out for counseling. You can talk to someone you trust. And sometimes when we can't do that, right, there is something that we can do. That is like try to understand our emotions. And how do you understand your emotions better? You understand your emotions by journaling. You understand your emotions better by taking time away from social media, taking time away from like our job, and just being in nature, being in solitude, being with yourself and trying to understand your emotions, because no one understands you better than yourself, right? You really need to know what it is that is holding you back. What are your limiting beliefs? What are the stuff in your past that are actually causing these traumas that are stopping you from achieving what it is that you can potentially achieve? And it's not always about achievement, but I know that for majority of men out there, achievement is what drives us. Achievement is what motivates us every single day when we wake up. At least that's how it is for me. And I felt that even going out there and talking to people, that is just a waste of my time. Like that is time that I can be using to work towards my overall goal, which is creating a community and mastering photography. But how can I like see, capture the beauty in the world when I cannot see it in my life, right? I need to be in peace with myself so that that peace reflects in the work that I am producing. If I'm not really happy inside, how can I produce work that is positive? How can I move a community? How can I build a community? How can I achieve mastery in my work when I had a past where people told me that I cannot achieve anything, right? I really had to like push past that. I really had to heal from that and know that regardless of how painful your past may be, you have the ability to improve yourself, and you have the ability to improve your mental health, and you have the responsibility to do so, because we have a lot of people who are dependent on us. And sometimes it may feel like this society out there is just out there to get us, and that no one out there will understand our feelings. But it is very important to know that people out there will understand your feelings, and you need to go out there and get help when needed. It is part of personal development, it is part of growth, it is part of our journey of mastery and our journey of like really self-actualization. So go out there, get help if needed, know that you're not alone, know that as men our mental health matters, and it is up to us to get help when needed, and really not repress these things that are holding us back. That being said, like you can always reach out. Like I personally am here on this YouTube channel, and my goal here is to help people. My goal here is to help provide as much value as possible to people. But if you ever need to talk, you can always DM me on Instagram. I'm not a professional, but I'm always here to listen. And know that you're not alone. Know that services are out there. If you are thinking about suicide, know that it is not the solution. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Okay, keep that in mind. The resources are going to be linked down in the description if you need them. And this is just me doing my part and talking about a subject that needs to be spoken about. Even though I'm not the best communicator, I felt that I need to speak about it, and that's what I did in today's video. So yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.